we're going to continue with some of the operations on polynomials that we were talking about in class today. I know we talked about adding and subtracting, and then some basic multiplication. There are some special cases of multiplication that we want to talk about and give you an example or two of, just so you're familiar with them. The same things that we've been using will continue to come into play here. Nothing is extremely new. It's just there's more steps combined together in these ones. As you can see, this first example, it's actually the product of three binomials. And there's no tricky FOIL type thing that we can use for this. We do have to do a couple of different steps for it. The first thing I would suggest is to actually FOIL two of them together. So if we look, I'm going to go ahead and FOIL. I'm going to work with the first two here. I'm not going to worry about the x plus 3 yet. We'll have to multiply that here in a second. But if we remember FOIL, x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Negative 1 times x is minus x. And then negative 1 times 4 is minus 4. And again, that x plus 3 needs to stay outside there. Now we can simplify this left side here a little bit. X squared, 4x minus x is plus 3x, minus 4, and then multiplied by x plus 3. Now today in class we talked about two different ways to do these types of questions. Now that we get it to this step, x squared plus 3x minus 4 times the quantity x plus 3. I don't care which method that you use. Here I am going to use the distributive property twice method, and I know some of you really like the grid method because it keeps everything nice and organized for you. By all means, go ahead, do it that way, and then we'll just check and make sure we have the same answer. So as I go to do this, I'm going to multiply everything here by x. So that's by x, this is by x, and that's by x. So x times x squared will give me x cubed. X times 3x will give me plus 3x squared. And then x times negative 4 is minus 4x. So that's my first step. I have to now multiply everything also by 3. I do plus 3x squared plus 9x minus 12. And at this point, we would have to combine like terms. As we look at this, I only have one x cubed term, so that's going to be in my answer. I have positive 3x squared and I have positive 3x squared, so I'm going to get plus 6x squared. So I've used this, this, and this. I have negative 4x and positive 9x, so it'll give me plus 5x. So we've used that and that, and we have one constant left over. This would be our final product for this problem. Again, you should get the same thing if you use the grid. Same thing should happen. Now, we'll move on to this next example, and we want to remember the quote-unquote multiplying by a binomial squared shortcut, where we square the first term, multiply the two terms together, double it, and then square the last term. Where this becomes a little bit different is, obviously this isn't just x minus a number. These are monomials that sometimes can trip us up, but remember, we're going to square the first one. 9 squared is 81. Y squared is y squared. So we have 81y squared. We're going to multiply these two things together. They have no common bases, so we will just get minus 9. I'm going to do it off to the side here, x squared y. Well, now we would have to double that, and we would get minus 18 x squared y. And then our last step would be to square the last term, which gives us plus x to the 4th power. That would be your final answer for this problem. Again, square the first term. That's step 1. Second step, multiply the 2 terms together and double it. And then square the last. That's that shortcut method that we talked about earlier this year. So there's 2 types. There's a couple others here coming up. Take a look at perfect cubes, cubing something, and this will be actually the last 2 we do today. But the formula, we'll take a look here real quick, of cubing a binomial. Pause this, write these down. That's what we're going to do there. And obviously we're practicing these a bunch the next couple of days, so don't stress over this formula. You'll get it. You will get it. So this first one, it's the sum of a cube, sum of a binomial cubed. So what we do is we cube the first term. So that's AB cubed. I'm going to show a little more work than we normally would, but that's okay. And then what we do is we do 3 times the first term squared times the second term. So that's 3 times the first term squared, which is AB squared, times 2. Ooh, I forgot my operation there. We have plus, should be right there, and plus should be after this next one. We actually have 3 times AB times 2 squared. That's that first step. And then the last one is we just do 2 cubed. And now we have to simplify it. So this ends up being A cubed, B cubed. Remember your properties of exponents. Everything inside there gets cubed. This will be 3 times A squared, B squared times 2 plus 3 times AB times 4 plus 8. The middle, we still have to continue to simplify. A cubed, B cubed. 3 times 2 is 6. This will be 6A squared, B squared. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 12AB, then plus our 8. That would be your final answer for that problem. Remember the formula, you'll see it on the next page, you wrote it down, is A cubed plus 3A squared B plus 3AB squared plus B cubed. And in those cases, A is the first term, B is the second term. So A in this case was AB, and B was 2. We're going to go ahead with this difference as well. Here, it'll be A cubed minus 3A squared B plus 3AB squared minus B cubed. That's our basic formula here. And here, this is A, and this is B. So A is 2M, and B is minus 3. So we'll have 2M cubed minus 3 times 2M squared times negative 3 plus 3 times 2M times negative 3 squared. Then this will be minus 3 cubed. I get 8M cubed out front here because we have to cube everything. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So I have minus 9 times 4M squared plus negative 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27. So I have 27 times 2M minus 3 cubed is 27. This is 8m cubed minus 36m squared plus 54m minus 27. Final answer is that one right there. Now I know those are very intimidating, could be very nervous, and you're not alone if that's the case. Please understand we got a lot of practice to do with these. There's a lot of stuff in those, and the more we do, the better off you're going to be with these, and we've got a lot of practice in these the next couple of days. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.